Lindor leading off, Soto batting second. Is that the best 1-2 punch in baseball right now? I mean, just think about what Francisco Lindor meant to the Mets. MVP candidate, 33 homer shortstop, terrific defender, grinding out IBs to get on base in the playoffs. And then Juan Soto hitting, damn, that's pretty good.
I mean, think about this. If Shohei Ohtani didn't exist, Juan Soto would, in my opinion, would have won the NL MVP. Off to a slow start in the month of April. These two guys.
So you mean Francisco Lindor would have won the MVP? Yeah.
He would have won the MVP in the National League. These two guys back to back, I mean, that's going to be some middle part of that batting order.
All right, let's explore this. I want to give you a couple 1-2 combos, and we'll just kind of examine each one at the end. We'll decide who's the best. Let's go to Houston. I'm sure we got Nolan Arenado watching because they still have good players. Altuve and Yordan Alvarez, as good as it gets at their positions.
They are. Altuve's hit since he came up to the big leagues. You know, small guy in stature, but man, he swings a big stick. Best bad ball hitter in the game of baseball right now. He's a miniature version of Vlad Guerrero Sr. You've got the big fella, Yordan, in my opinion. I know we talk about Ohtani as being the best hitter, but Greg, there's a short list of guys. If I came out of retirement, I would want no part of that guy right now.
Yeah, he's amazing. Oh, the Philadelphia Phillies have a pretty good 1-2 punch. Trey Turner, who I think is going to have an even bigger year than he had last year. I think 30-30 is on the horizon for Trey Turner. And, of course, Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, in my opinion, he's going to reestablish himself as one of the favorites for the NL MVP. The only thing I don't like about Trey Turner, his game, there's a little swing and miss. There's a little bit too much chase for me for him to be a consistent hitter to hit for power, but it's a great duo.
I like incentive. If you're looking for a 1-2 punch that's got a ton of incentive, Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Don't look at those Bo numbers on the left side of your screen. They're both in walk years. They're going to be balling out.
Yeah, I know you're not on social media. If you were, though, this would be hashtag danger lurking.
Yes.
This is the sleeping giant duo in baseball right now. Bo Bichette is one of the better players in the American League. He's going to reestablish himself this year. Supposedly, Vlad's turned down a big extension with the Blue Jays. He's going to be angry. They're going to be good.
Aaron Judge has to be angry that Juan Soto left. But wait a minute. He's got a new partner in crime. Where do you put Judge and Cody Bellinger as a top 1-2?
Near the top of the list. I'm not going to say they're the best. This guy, to me, I know we got, hey, who's the best player in baseball? Give me Aaron Judge till the cows come home. That's how I think he's the face of baseball. Cody Bellinger, he's going to be somewhere between the guy he was in 2023 and last year. Lethal tandem. Bellinger's going to hit a lot of bombs in that ballpark.
Did you forget Shohei Ohtani still plays?
No.
He's the best player in baseball. He's the face of baseball. Shohei Ohtani, he's the man. And Mookie Betts, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch, Dan. Is it the best?
No, this is the best in the game right now. And it's hard to argue what both can do. And the best part about this, I know you're excited to get a chance to see Ohtani on the mound again in 2025. Mookie Betts might be the complete baseball player in the game right now. Hit, run, average, steal bags. One of your big things is, can you get a money bag?
He can get
Mookie Betts can steal a money bag. He affects games with his glove. He did it in the World Series against the Rangers, throwing people out. He is a terrific player. Doesn't get enough credit, probably because that roster's so star-studded. They're the best right now.
Yeah, it's Ohtani, Betts, and who's on the on-deck circle? What's that guy's name? The hits behind.
Freddie Freeman!
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, man, you love it.
23 years old last year in professional baseball in Japan, ERA 2.02. What do you think of this guy?
Big time arm. I wouldn't say he's not the finished product. He's not what Senga is or was when he arrived with the Mets. More of a project, long, lanky body type, good fastball, good assortment of off-speed pitches. I think the team that gets him, don't expect, if your favorite team gets him, that he's going to be the number 1 or number 2 guy in a rotation. I think for 2025, if he pitches in MLB, he'll be slotted somewhere around 3, 4, 5, depending on how much depth in the rotation.
If he lands in Los Angeles and joins Ohtani and Yamamoto, and they already have Glasnow and Blake Snell, that is by far the best rotation in all of baseball.
Yeah, and it's a rotation that needs some help because with the exception of Blake Snell, who did spend some time on the IL, Yamamoto spent some time, Glasnow spent a lot of time on the IL, Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May. The names are great, but they don't get a lot of innings and production out of that rotation through the long haul this season.
And I also wonder how many starters can you add and also think that Clayton Kershaw is definitely eventually going to sign with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Are we just taking that for granted?
Yes.
I mean,
now he's coming back.
I know he kind of admitted that to us after the World Series
parade. He will never wear another uniform in the big leagues other than the Dodgers. And I think the second World Series cemented that in stone. If he pitches again at the big league level, injuries or no, if he comes back, it will be with the Dodgers.
Okay, his entire.
You know, your last 14 starts, phenomenal. It felt like when I watched you pitch, it was more of the curveball instead of the slider. That fastball that we know, that four-seamer at the top of the zone, it still is electric. But was there any – I know you like your rhythm. I know you like your pace, the way when you know it's good, you can roll with it. But what really changed for you in that second half?
I felt healthy. I felt alive. I felt like even like my game plan was it was sharper. I didn't have a spring training, so I couldn't really create my game plan. I had to do it as I was pitching. Just because of me signing so late, I had so much to catch up on. To where now, you know, I know where I'm going to be. I know I can show up spring early. I'm already talking about game plan now instead of when the season starts. So there's so many more advantages I have now to know where I'm going to be. I can, you know, buy a home instead of renting a home. That's a big deal, as you know, and just kind of get comfortable and lock in on, you know, being the best me I can be.